Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about masks. I wore the last time yesterday we wore masks when we went grocery shopping. I think masks are necessary even though the virus is quite small and it can go through the mask. I think we all need to treat ourselves like as if we were contagious. So even if we don't have symptoms and we sneeze, that sneeze can actually go far, far ahead, in front of us and to the sides and actually make someone sick. Why masks will not work? Masks will not work because not everybody is wearing them. So for the masks to work better, even for like just regular masks, not N95 masks that are actually recommended, the masks should be worn everywhere by everyone. So meaning that the grocery store clerks, these people who stockpile the grocery stores and stuff like that should be wearing masks too, because if they sneeze, that sneeze will go on the groceries, onto the produce, onto anything. And just show me one person who doesn't sneeze randomly, symptoms or no symptoms. I think that eventually wearing a mask will become a normal thing in the United States, that just like it happened in the Asian countries. What are your thoughts on that? So everybody looked weird at me and my child yesterday because we were wearing masks at Sprouts and Trader Joe's, but I am trying to protect people who could be affected by our sneezes and coughs. Even when I speak, there is some saliva that is spurting in front of me to the screen and possibly settling down on the desk. And if the person who is susceptible comes in, the person can get sick too. Uh, that would be my reason to wear a mask. Of course, we have to save the masks because for the healthcare workers, because apparently our hospitals are failing to provide the just normal precautionary, protective equipment for our healthcare workers. But we still could use regular masks, in my opinion, because they will decrease the spread. And the research shows that as the World Health Organization and the CDC were saying that we just need to have droplet precautions, the research showed that this virus can be aerosolized and it lives in the air. Actually, the people who work in healthcare, they say that after the patient is discharged, with the patient who had been diagnosed with COVID-19 gets discharged, they wait 2 hours before they start cleaning the room. Why is that? Because it's in the air. It can be in here, it can be floating in the air around us. And yes, possibly wearing a mask is not gonna prevent, especially a regular mask, not N95 mask, will not spread 100% of, will not decrease the spread by 100%, but it will decrease somewhat. Just imagine coughing or spitting. You can look up the YouTube video on the sneeze and how far that sneeze goes, or even cough. So why not use this simple thing to protect ourselves and our elderly? And when I go to Sprouts farmers market and I see people who are elderly and they don't wear anything, no mask whatsoever, no gloves. Yes, just because the CDC says we don't have to do it, why not be on the cautious side and actually do it and see what happens? Will the virus spread as fast as it spreads through the other countries? We don't know. Let's see. And I will post the resource that I just dug up from one of the US universities, and where they actually tested how COVID spreads in the isolation rooms. And the results are shocking that it's aerosolized. So how about we will start treating it as if it can be aerosolized, because the research shows it is. Even though the World Health Organization and the CDC say, well, you don't have to use anything, just wear bandanas for healthcare workers. Bandanas are enough, right? Bandanas, actually, like one of my subscribers mentioned, bandanas are actually causing the vapor to make the bandana wet from inside, and it's actually more harmful to wear a bandana or a scarf instead of a mask. So I trust that opinion, because it definitely makes everything wet inside if you just use bandana instead of the mask. And the other thing, if you wear this, if you don't have disposable masks, you have to wash your mask every time you go to the store. So you have to carefully take it, wash your hands first, take off your mask carefully, and then throw it in the laundry. If it's non-disposable, you cannot touch your face. And another thing, if you wear a mask, it will prevent you from touching your face. It's just like a reminder. I tried it yesterday, and I was reminded 100 times not to touch my freaking face, because every time I would try to touch my face, there would be a mask. So I would just stop and not touch my eyes or my face until I got home and washed my hands. Of course, I sanitized before I got into the car, because that's another issue with wearing the gloves. Gloves should be disposable too. You cannot just wear gloves in the store and then go touch the door of your, the door handle or the steering wheel. You have to take the gloves off. So the same, you have to frequently sanitize your phone too, because you touch your phone while in the store. If you are me, if you are like me, or you touch the credit card when you're at the store. So for example, using the touchpad, the Apple Pay has the card that you can just touch your phone, or even make your phone closer to the whatever the machine they have to, Verifone machine that they have to check out. And this way you prevent the touching the buttons on this checkout machine that everybody was touching before you. Okay, those are little quick tips, and I'm gonna post the study that showed that this actually can be aerosolized. And I'm just waiting for the tides to turn in a couple of weeks, probably, if not earlier. The CDC will be coming out with like, well, everybody needs to wear a mask. It doesn't matter that it's not 100%, it's something. And also feeling in control is something, especially as we get more and more locked down to our apartments, houses, and backyards, if you have any. Feeling in control that you can do something while you're out. I'm not talking about the walks in the neighborhood where you stay away from people 5 or 6 feet or even more. It's more for grocery shopping, for public places where you can contaminate someone or you can get sick from that. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to hear those. Okay, bye.